everybody, let's get into it. Get stupid, get started, get started, get started.
Let's get it started in here. Let's get it started. Woo! Let's get it started in here. Let's get it started. Let's get it started. Put it up, put it up. Let's get it started in here. Running, running, and running, running, and running, running. Woo! Woo-hoo! 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 Yeah. Woo!
Muito bem-vinda, Alicia!
Olá, olá! Oi, Brasília! Boa noite. É um prazer estar aqui. Eu sou Alicia Matheson, President and CEO of Matheson Global Consulting, and I am so honored to be amongst all of these amazing talents in the room. So I'm excited. Are you guys ready for a good night? Yes? Okay. Yeah. All right. So one of the things that we love is interaction, energy, as I'm throwing things all over your stage. Here's the great thing. Do me a favor, raise your hand if you've ever been to any Disney theme park, whether it's Florida, Hong Kong Disney, Disneyland Paris. All of you that have been to Disney, ooh. Thank you. Excellent, I love that. Because of you, I was able to retire early. Thank you. You have taken care of my retirement. I've had the pleasure of doing Disney. Had the pleasure of working for the Walt Disney World Organization for over 20 years. And I'm confident that a lot of you are looking at me like, wow, he must have started when he was like 8, right? Go with that thought. Yes. Had the pleasure of learning so much from this amazing organization. And I know a lot of you are thinking, why in the world would Alicia and Piccoli start this conference for judges and lawyers like this? Who does that? I'm confident that some of you are thinking that, and some of you might be thinking, hey, Alicia and Piccoli, they're just like crazy. And then there's a third thought. There's got to be someone thinking, well, maybe, just maybe, they have a strategic plan or idea as to what they are doing. So, out of those 3, 1, 2, or 3, the first one, why Disney? Why would you bring Disney here? We're lawyers. The second one, Alicia and Piccoli are crazy. Or the third one, maybe, just maybe, they actually have a strategic plan. So if you believe it's the first one, raise your hand. Ooh, interesting. If you believe it's the second one, raise your hands. Oh, that's impressive. Oh my goodness, there's hope for us. I thought for sure. So if you believe it's the third one, let me hear it. Yeah. Yeah, maybe. You guys are so cute and so conservative. Oh my goodness. All the times I've had the pleasure of presenting here in Brazil, and believe it or not, I present all over the world, and I come to Brazil more than any country in the world, which is amazing. Kudos and thank you to all of you. But it is my first time here in Brasilia. Never saw this beautiful place. I'm so excited. The lake behind us is amazing. So I think you're right. Believe it or not, 1, 2, and 3 are true, believe it or not. Yes, Piccoli and I, we are crazy. And it's because we like being crazy. We don't want to be boring, nor do we want to be average. Crazy works for us. So that's a good thing. The other thing is, why Disney? As I mentioned, I've had the pleasure of working for Disney for over 20 years, over 2 decades. And I've done some variety of things with Disney, hosted the international celebration, where I had the pleasure of working with 42 different countries from around the world. These international ambassadors were amazing. And even today, I have the pleasure of working with this global family, and every 5 years we do this amazing celebration. So I love that. And then after, I was recruited by the Disney Institute to represent Disney around the world with companies like yours, believe it or not. PricewaterhouseCoopers, I'm sure you're familiar with. Even Disney today has been working with PwC for over 20 years now. They train all of their new hires and help set them up for success, but not just accounting firms, hospitals, CEOs of various companies. I loved working for the gold, platinum, and diamond mines because they needed a lot of help. And part of my family, my father's side, is from Africa. So that was an amazing experience. And then FIFA World Cup. FIFA World Cup is our clients. We've had the pleasure of helping train them, especially when we did South Africa. We've trained over 250,000 people, almost all of South Africa, in preparation for World Cup. And then here in Brazil, the Olympics. And I had the pleasure of training the leadership team. I know one of those leaders is Helio Cabral. He is from Rio de Janeiro. We're still good friends today. But we, honestly, are honored to train businesses like yours, whether you're in law, whether you're in real estate, no matter what business it is. We honestly believe that every organization, every individual has something they can learn from this multi-billion-dollar organization that has been around since the 1950s. And those of you that have been to Disney before, I'm 100% confident that you know it's the experience that brings people back again and again and again. In fact, Disney has over 75% of their business repeat business. Over 75%. Now, I don't know about you, but that's a really great statistic. It's exactly what I would want. I'd want people to come over again and again, and not just come back again, but tell people about that experience. So that said, you understand why we're here. Now let's talk about what you can benchmark off of Disney. So we open to be fun and exciting is because we do have a strategic plan. When you attend a conference like this, over 90% of what you hear, you lose in 1 week. 1 week, and it's because I love this about Disney, they measure everything. We call it measuring the magic. And they measured how long you would retain information and what could we do to help you retain things longer. So if you hear me doing storytelling, if you hear me interacting, if we encourage you to get up or sit down or whatever that is, and I know some of you are thinking, oh no, she's going to make me stand, forget it. The reality is it's strategically done to help you retain more. If you lose 90% in 1 week, then you've just paid me for why being here, right? You want to be able to walk away with something and be able to retain it. So hopefully we'll do some of that today. And then, I love this. I love Steve Jobs, who had this idea of thinking different, because that is our goal, is to think different. Throughout this presentation, I want you to say, oh, so what? That's nice. That's what Disney does. So what? What does that mean for me and my business? How can I relate this to the judiciary system? If I'm a judge, if I'm a lawyer, whatever your role is, how can you relate it to what you do? Adapt, not adopt. Don't do exactly what Disney does. You're not Disney. Do what makes sense for you. But everybody can walk away with something where they can make a difference. Fair enough? So we want to challenge you to think different. We know that change is not easy. And some people don't like change. So let me share with you what change looks like. I'm going to ask you all, take your fingers and your hands, put them in front of you, please. Yep, this is that participation part where you're like, oh God, she's going to make us do something. Yes, but you will remember it. So that's the cool thing. Hands in front of you. Do me a favor, just close those hands. Close those hands. Feels comfortable, right? This is easy. You've probably closed your hands like this a million times. Now do me a favor, open and close. Open and close. Open and close. Easy, right? Look which thumb is overlapping the other. For me, it's my right thumb is overlapping my left. Look at which one you have overlapping. And here's why. Now what I would like for you to do is open your hands, but this time you're going to turn it one finger over and close it. Now your opposite thumb should be overlapping. Am I correct? Yes? Excellent. Now what I want you to do is I want you to open and close again. Open and close again. Open and close again. Open and close again. And I see even she's like, I'm looking at Fernanda and she's like, yeah, because when you're thinking about that new way, it takes a minute to register. It's not easy. You're thinking, how am I going to get that? What? And you go back to the old way sometimes, and you got to try it again and do that new way over and over and over until it becomes easy. That is what change is. It is uncomfortable in the beginning. It is not easy, but when you do it over and over again, and you get in this mindset where getting comfortable, being uncomfortable, makes a difference. And that's what I want to challenge you all to do, is to start being comfortable with being uncomfortable. Why? Because that's what your competition is doing. And when you do it, you're going to see things amazingly change. So I'm so excited because I'm confident that you've seen this beautiful place before, known as one of the happiest places on earth. And this is my beautiful niece, Taya. And I got to tell you, kids have the biggest expectations. So I want to ask you, if you, your family, or your kids, let's say you're taking your kids to Disney, and they have the most amazing time at Magic Kingdom. Oh my God, I get to do this and this and this. They have the most amazing time. What do you think they expect when they come back to Disney again? What do you think they expect? Ooh, I think I heard something, and you know what? Let me see. Every now and then I got to come with a couple of Disney souvenirs and a microphone. So I think I heard an answer. Thank you.
The same or more?
Ooh, you want the same or more. You want that same amazing experience. Mickey is calling you. That is exactly correct. And I love that she said the same or more, because that was my niece. Like, I couldn't just bring her back to the Magic Kingdom and she have fun. No, Auntie, I want something more. I want more experiences. I'm sure your kids do this as well, right? And so the next time we come back, here we go. I had to visit her. I had to go to the Bibbidi Bobbidi Boo Boutique at the Magic Kingdom. It's fabulous. It transforms your little princess into her favorite frozen queen, right? Now, I got to tell you, she took this to next level. She's only 5 years old. She literally started thinking, this is my castle now. She's all excited. She's like, are the other princesses going to come visit me? And sure enough, the fairy godmother came over, and she was in awe. And then she got to take pictures with several of the princesses, and she was just in a whole nother. She's normally very quiet and conservative. Not once she put this outfit on. Like, she became someone I didn't even recognize. And here's the other thing. Now, I don't know if you have a little princess like this that sometimes wants to also be a pirate, but she was not only trying to take over Cinderella's castle, she also went over to the Pirates of the Caribbean area. And I know my clicker's probably not doing what it should be. Sometimes you love technology. And she's like, ugh. She became this pirate princess out of nowhere. But to the point of they want a better experience. So how do you not only deliver world-class quality service, but do it over again and again? So not only are they going to come back, but they're going to tell people about that experience. And that's exactly why I love this bumper sticker that Disney is known for. It's called Been There, Done That, Going Back. It is exactly what you want every single citizen that works for you to say about your lawsuit, about your law firm, about what you do. They want to come back and work with you specifically, and they want to tell people about that experience. We love hearing this. This is, for us, it's music to our ears, because when you think about 75% of your business is repeat business, how much money do you normally spend on marketing? I'll tell you, and you probably know this, Disney used to spend millions of dollars on marketing right here in Brazil. And now who's one of our top visitors? You are. Yay! Brazil is one of our top visitors to Walt Disney World, which is amazing. And now what does that mean to Disney? Because you all are word of mouth for us. So now Disney can reallocate those marketing dollars to other places. So that intent to return and intent to recommend is what every business needs. Every business needs and wants this. So this brings us to that success formula. I'm confident that a lot of you have seen this. It's nothing new. Harvard Business School uses this. Happy customers plus happy employees equals great business results, right? And there's only one thing they're missing, and what they're missing is what holds these three pillars together, and that is great leaders. Literally, we say great leaders get great results, and that is each of every one of you. Great leader, great leader, great leader, great leader. The goal is that you're not only a great leader, but you're helping others become great leaders. And so we want to set you up for success, hopefully change your mindset in doing something new. Because we do believe that every single leader is telling a story about what he or she values. And you're doing it through your actions, what you do. So we want to make sure that your actions align with your values, and everyone you hire does the same thing, right? Everyone you hire does the same. So one of the cool things that I love about Disney is that they say, hire slow, fire fast. Hire slow, fire fast. Now, I'll be honest, Disney doesn't say fire. Listen to the lingo, it's so fabulous. We don't fire anyone at Disney, but we may invite them to seek their happiness elsewhere. Isn't that fabulous? Yes, think about the language you use in your culture and how does it represent what you do, right? How does it represent your values? But it's extremely important to get this. Hire slow, fire fast, because most organizations do the exact opposite. They hire fast, get a warm body in. We'll train them, we'll figure it out later. We need to get them in, we need to get them working. It only takes one person to make or break an experience and spread toxicity throughout your business. Trust me, do not do this. If you get this right as a great leader, then your organization can do really, really great things. Hire slow. Make sure they match your values. Make sure that they have the attitude that you want representing your organization. I'll tell you, not everyone can work for Disney. You can have all the knowledge in the world, but if you don't have the right attitude, Disney's not the place for you. And I'm confident, even in your law firm, it may be the same thing. Not everybody is the right fit for what you do. So make sure that you create a hiring process that is detailed and aligns with who you are. It matches your values, your standards, and what you represent. Because if you get the right people, it's amazing. You get the wrong people, it is scary. So we pay a lot of attention on hiring right from the very beginning and training them for success. But here's the reality. If I'm calling you great leaders and I say it starts with you, that means we need to make sure that you start with great habits. So I want you to take a minute. You're going to talk to someone that's next to you, and you're going to discuss what are those habits that you use before you even go to work. What are those great habits? And I'm hoping you have some great habits, and if you don't, that's okay. We'll set you up for success and share some. But talk to your neighbor and share with them what are the habits that you use as soon as you get up out of bed. As soon as you get up, because I know some of you are taking your phone, and that's not one of the good habits. We're talking about good habits. What are the good habits you do as soon as you wake up? Now, some things you may not want to share. I'm just saying. But let us know. Take a minute. Talk with your neighbor. Take about 30 seconds, finish up your thoughts. I am so excited to learn some new habits. All right, so who would like to share? Because I still have some Disney souvenirs that I don't necessarily want to go home with. Who would like to share a good habit that they start the morning off? Ooh, I see all the way in the back there. I'm glad you're helping me get my steps in today. You're fabulous. Here you are.
I usually go to my birds. I have two Australian birds, tiny Australian birds,
Yeah.
and they start to sing in the morning. So I go to them and I laugh and talk to them.
That's amazing. Oh my God, Australian birds. It's so funny that I saw on my balcony today these beautiful yellow tiny bird just singing its heart out. I'm like, oh my God, so cute. I love that. I love that. A perfect way to start the morning. What else? Anyone else want to share? Yes.
Thank you, Alicia. My name is Thiago, and I'm glad to be here with you. The first thing I do when I wake up in the morning is stretch my body, stretch my legs, my arms to a side to the other.
Are you doing like yoga style?
That's
Pilates?
right.
Nice.
And also do a deep breath using my that's right.
Wow.
The belly and to relax.
I
And
love
after
it.
that, just look to the side and say good morning to my lovely wife.
Oh, that's beautiful. You get your stretching in and then say good morning. She said, turn that around. No, just kidding. That's excellent. Thank you so much, Thiago, for sharing. That's awesome. How about one more? Yes?
Yeah, so the very good habit that I have that I developed like this year is to not take my phone from flight mode until 8 a.m. I try my best not to. I know that some days I have to do that before,
Right.
but this is my habit for this year.
Kudos to you. I love that. I absolutely love that. Because the majority of people, and I've surveyed so many people all over, and that's the first thing they grab is their cell phone, right? It is the first thing, and we forget how much radiation our cell phones have. But there's some cool habits that you can have, and I'll be honest, the reason why I am constantly trying to figure out better habits, it's because I come from two amazing parents that have sadly both passed away very young. And so hasn't 4 of my siblings. Now, from the ages of late 40s to early 60s, all of them have passed. That's sad. And so at some point, I say, we got to break this. I'm maybe the youngest girl, but I'm not going to let this happen. I want to live to my 80s and 90s, and I'm confident that you do as well. As great leaders, if you have great habits that you can use each and every day, you set yourself up for success. And one of the most important is your health. Without your health, I'm confident that every single one of you will agree, you can't do anything. Am I correct? You can't do anything. So you must have your health first. So what are some of those cool ideas? I love that you said, wait, don't touch your phone immediately. Go out and speak with the birds, 100%. And do all of you know about first light? And you can look at the research on this. If you put first light, which is the first sunlight in the morning. Now, there's some people that have fair skin, and they're worried about going into the sun. But if you go out first thing in the morning, you get what you call first light, and it's the best vitamin D you can get, and you will not get burnt, no matter what color your skin is. It's called first light. It's the best vitamin D for your body. Research it. Don't take my word for it, because I've done all the research, but I want you to do the same. The other thing is that we as humans have gotten disconnected with the earth. I know you might call me a tree hugger, and I'll accept that. But because we all wear shoes, always, we don't touch our bare feet on the ground. And we're missing the energy from the earth. And so another great habit, one that I do every day, is I try and take a walk, a barefoot walk, every morning. And I come back, I walk around the lake behind my house, I come back, and I'm like, yeah, that was amazing. You think I just did a full workout. And it was just simple and easy. And now imagine you can get two things that are really good for you. First, sunlight. Whether it's cloudy or sunny, you're still getting the best vitamin C that exists. You can take all the vitamin pills in the world. You're not going to match the natural vitamin C that you get. Now, I will tell you the sun is different in the afternoon, and you probably understand that. But then the other thing is just that barefoot connection to the earth makes a massive difference. Then here's some other cool examples. Get up early, make your bed. I say make your bed, so one, you don't get back in it. But two, you start the day with a good habit. Even when I'm in a hotel, I always make my bed because that's ingrained in me. Start my day with a good habit. As I mentioned, first light and grounding. I love exercise and Pilates and HIIT training. What I love about HIIT training is sometimes, and I'm confident this is you as well, you're in a rush. I don't always have the opportunity to do a 30 to 40-minute workout, but you can do HIIT training 4 minutes, and it's as if you just worked out for an hour. If you've heard of Tabata, look it up. You'll understand what I'm talking about. Tabata, it's a high-energy workout, but all you need is 4 minutes. We all have 4 minutes, right? Keep yourself in shape. Then the others, you can see these meditating and visualization. I love both of them because if you can visualize your checklist of everything you've done and you tell yourself in your mind it's already done, you're more likely to get your checklist done. So these are some of my fabulous good habits and good habits that I've researched of other amazing millionaires and billionaires. And so I want you to do the same. Do your research. What are those good habits that you can incorporate on a regular basis? So once you set yourself up for success, you heard me already mention this, is to get comfortable being uncomfortable. I also talked about hire slow, fire fast. Next is connecting with your citizens through knowing and understanding them. I'm going to go into this in a little bit more depth of knowing and understanding your citizens because Disney does an amazing job of making sure that they know and understand the needs, wants, stereotypes, and emotions of our guest. And it's extremely important to create this amazing system that keeps people coming back again and again and again, okay? So we're going to talk more about that. Make your competitor your partner. Now, I'm curious, has anyone done this? Anyone tried to do this, make your competitor your partner? You're probably like, Alicia, I don't know what you're talking about. Let me tell you, I'm confident if I say, who's Disney's competition? A lot of you might say Universal Studios, SeaWorld, Busch Gardens, right? Some of you might say, well, Marriott, because Disney owns hotels. You might say cruise ships. The Royal Caribbean is Disney's competitor because Disney owns cruise ships. And yes, and you are all right. Those are all Disney's competition. However, I love this about Disney is that they always partner with what you would foresee as their competition. And here's why. All the years that I was with Disney, never once as a leader did I have to compare my results to competition. And do you know why? Because we ourselves were our own competition. So Disney doesn't look at anyone as competition. In fact, if they're considered a competitor, they're considered a partner. And I'll share a great example of this. Disney, the average guest, and this is back in the early 2000s, the average guest would stay at Disney 3 to 4 nights. Disney said, well, why don't we partner with all of these amazing competitors and see if we can increase that night stay? So they partnered with the Universal. They brought all of these people, all the Marriott, the Hilton, Disney, Universal, Visit Orlando, our tourism group, the airlines. They brought them all together, and they brainstormed, and they said, you know what? Let's work together and make Florida a destination that people from around the world want to visit. And if we do it together, then we can effectively accomplish so much more. And so when you're working with Universal Studios and Universal says, hey, I have Halloween nights for these nights, Disney says, excellent, we're going to give you that. We'll do something very light, maybe Mickey's Not So Scary Halloween, something simple, but we will not compete with you during this time. Great. Then Disney says, but we want the holidays. We need Christmas, right? So you see how they partnered with each other. After this partnership of all of what you would consider competitors, the average guest stay today is 6 to 8 days. What a massive increase. Almost a month, almost a week, right? Almost a full week. And here's the thing, it didn't just benefit Disney, it benefited everyone. And so I say that, make your competitor your partner, because even in law, is there something you can do? If you are, let's say you're an immigration lawyer, and you decide to partner with a divorce lawyer, and you're thinking, hey, you're in two different specialties, both in law, but what if that person that is handling a divorce has somebody that wants to relocate? That's what you do as an immigration lawyer, and now you start immediate referral process. And that's what I want you to do here, is that everybody in this room are your partners. You can all refer each other. There's people that you'd probably turn away that you don't have to, because you have a partner here in this room that you can hand them over to. And that soft hand is amazing. So make your competition your partner. And then let's see, find little things that have big impact. I love this, because Disney, I will say sometimes they do big, huge things, and then sometimes they do these little things. And it's the little things they're doing all the time to make a big impact, right? Every now and then they might create a new fireworks show, a brand new resort. They can't do that all the time. But what they can do is they can train their over 65,000 cast members to do little things every single day. Do just a little thing, a take 5, a magical moment. Those little things add up to masses. And here's the cool thing. That's what our guests talk about. They don't talk about the massive fireworks. They're talking about the little things that Jimmy did, that Thiago did, that Fernanda did. They're literally talking about you. And then discover creativity through innovation and technology. And I'll tell you, this is so important. It's actually weaved in the culture. So everything that Disney does, they look at saying, hey, is there a better, is there a faster way? And so even if you saw this on my wrist, who knows what this is? Can I give out another Disney keychain? Anyone know? If you've been to Disney, I'm confident you know what this is. It's got a cute little Mickey Mouse on it. Anyone? Magic Band. Thank you, Faye. You're fabulous. That is exactly correct. It's a Disney Magic Band, and you think, oh, that's a cute little bracelet that you have on, but you don't think that it's a highly skilled CRM system right here on my wrist. And if you go to Disney and you decide to go to one of the parks, like my favorite, Epcot or Disney's Animal Kingdom, and I just tap and I get in, and then I want to go and have some food, and I tap and I get some food, and then I want to go buy some souvenirs for my family, and I just tap and I get my souvenirs. And then I have such a long day that I want to go over to Disney's Grand Floridian and get a massage. I don't know if you like me, but I love massages. And so I go and get a massage. And so here's the cool thing. Disney, like most technology companies are already doing this, right? They're tracking and seeing all the amazing things that you do to exceed your expectations. So what that means is I may all of a sudden get a 50% off coupon to go and get another spa massage. Yes. They're seeing what you do and how can they customize the experience for you. And that gives you an unexpected wow. So I love that using innovation and technology is massive and extremely important. So here's a quick compass. And the compass is the compass of understanding the needs, wants, stereotypes, and emotions of their guests. Now, most people get, like if you come to Disney, you probably know that the average guest wants amazing memories, right? You may need a vacation. Most people come, they need a vacation. But you may want magical memories. You may want a seamless experience. What are the emotions? Or actually, before the emotions, what are the stereotypes of Disney? What stereotype do you have of Disney? Anyone? Anyone got a stereotype? Yes. Can you say it out loud? Say that again. A magic world? It's a magical world, right? Excellent. Thank you. 100%. Any other stereotypes of Disney that you have? Happiness. Yes. Can you catch? Good job. Yes. Say that again. Saved first? Oh, safety is for, oh my God. See, you're going to get the inaugural Disney cruise ship pin. My pleasure. So I gave him one of our pins because you may know that pin trading is huge at Disney. But what I love what he said is safety is first. And when we talk about our service standards, that happens to be the number one. Safety is first. And he said something, if you've ever been to Disney, I know you've experienced this. You will go on a ride, let's say Splash Mountain or my favorite one, the Avatar ride. And you're gone for like an hour. And you have all these strollers lined up. I'm sure you guys remember this. All the strollers are lined up. And in the strollers are your backpacks and bags and cameras. And you're just thinking, they're leaving it for an hour to go on a ride and come back and expecting that to be there. And guess what? It still is. And you're like, how in the world do they do that? If you were in New York, you know you would not do that, right? If you're in any big city, Rio de Janeiro, you would not be leaving your items for an hour and expect them to be there. But Disney gives you this feel that everything is safe, that everything's going to be safe. And so they've created this experience that most people don't realize there's business behind the magic. I'd love to say that Disney is the safest place on earth. No. They do a lot to keep Disney safe. And that's what's amazing, is that you'll even have people in plain clothes looking out for your safety. They're blending in, but they're looking out for your safety because when you come on vacation, you're not thinking of safety. I love those stereotypes that you have because the goal is when you think about a stereotype, you can use it to your advantage to wow your customers. One of the biggest stereotypes, you're going to stand in line. Do you believe that you're going to stand in line when you go to Disney? Yeah. 100% you will stand in line. And I will tell you a secret, Disney will never get rid of lines. Anyone know why? If you bypass a restaurant and there is a long line wrapped around that restaurant, what do you want to do? You want to go there, you're going to say, oh my God, that food must be amazing. I got to check it out, right? But if you pass by a restaurant and there is not one car in the driveway, you're going to drive right by. You're not going to stop. So there is psychological, right? There is a benefit for having a line. However, that doesn't mean that they can't find a way to make it more seamless, and that's how FastPass was created. So understanding what those stereotypes are, using it to their advantage to exceed your expectations. And then that fourth one is emotion. And I'll tell you, emotion trumps everything. Once you can capture your customer at that emotional level, you have captured their loyalty. And I'm 100% sure that Disney has done it to probably a majority of you. If you've ever seen a Disney animation and you watch The Lion King and what happens in The Lion King, we don't want to talk about it. Or if you watch Nemo, right? You know, almost everything, you see all these animations, Disney takes you to an emotional low, right? But what do they do in the end? They bring you back up again. They bring you back up again. Done by design, because once they capture you at that emotional level, they've captured you. So how can you use emotion to your advantage? And you're probably thinking, Alicia, oh, this is just because it's Disney stuff. No, don't underestimate yourself. Even doctors have gotten very smart. They understand that if they deliver world-class, patient-centered care, even if they're not the best doctor, that patient will still rave about them just because the service and experience was amazing. So do not underestimate the ability to use emotion. My favorite author, Maya Angelou, said, people will forget what you did, people will forget what you said, but people will never forget how you made them feel. How you made them feel. So use emotion to your advantage. Also, I talked about little things that have a big impact, that attention to detail. You know, there's so many times I could take you through the parks and point out all the cool details, and you would have no idea. Like here, if you look at the Magic Kingdom, do you see anything wrong with it? Now, if I trained you to look a little bit more closely, and I'd say, what about over here? Can you tell that that is a mesh with scaffolding behind it? You can't really tell, but they have, Disney is always refurbishing the park, keeping it looking beautiful. But how do you do that when guests are coming 365 days a year, right? So they literally want you to still capture amazing photos. So they painted the outside of the mesh so that blends in, and you can't even tell that there's construction going on here. There's construction going on here, and the back side of the castle. Amazing. Little things, big wows. Makes a huge difference. That attention to detail is something that you can do in your business as well. What are those little things that can have a big impact for your citizens? I love this. I was on the Disney cruise just as a guest, and I'm walking through the lobby, and of course I see Belle there just sitting down with these two little girls, and I'm just like, oh my God, that's so cute. Now, Belle didn't have to do that. I'm sure if you've seen any of our amazing characters, normally they have times that they come out and people line up to get to see them and take pictures, da, da, da. She did this on her own. And it's because it's a process that Disney created, that our ultimate purpose, now I don't know what your purpose is at your company, but align your staff with your purpose, right? The purpose is to create happiness. So if she's walking and she's even heading to a break and she sees some children, she can take 5 and just enjoy those children. It's what brings her job to life. And I can tell you that those children are going to be talking about that experience for years and years to come. Little things. Here I'm in Disneyland Paris, and this guy, like I'm literally walking, and all I hear is, hi. I don't even know if I can do the voice that he did. He did a mini voice. He's like, hey, where you going? I'm so excited you're here. And I'm like, what in the world? I turn around, I'm like, hey. And he's got Minnie waving at me. I'm like, hi, how are you? And he's like, well, I'd like to give you a hug. And so he has Minnie wrap around and give me a hug. I'm like, what? And it's so sweet. Once again, I didn't even expect it in Disneyland Paris. But walking through the store looking for some souvenirs that I was doing, and he transformed that experience. And here's the cool thing. Look at this cute little frog that he has on the outside. One of the things Disney always wants is people to seek out interaction. And the reason why is they measure everything, right? And they know that when you can increase the interactions between your customers, or Disney calls them guests, and your employees, you increase that loyalty. And so they encourage the cast members to go out and interact with the guests. And so you can imagine things that are low, he's going to attract little kids, and things that are high, he's going to attract these big kids like me. But no matter what, who comes into contact with this guy, you're going to have an amazing experience. What is the touch point that people have when they come to visit you? What does that look like, that whole process, whether they're calling your company first on the phone or they're meeting you in person? What do those touch points look like? Are you capturing their emotion to where they're going to want to tell other people about that experience? Disney creates these incredible surveys, and you can have 20 to 30 surveys, but they learned that it only takes one question to answer everything else. What's that one question? One question that will answer all the questions. Any idea? Will you recommend us? Because if you say, yes, I will recommend you, chances are you're going to come back again. Chances are you're going to tell people about that experience. Chances are you are going to become a loyal guest. So don't go with the long surveys anymore. Ask one question. Will you recommend us? And then capture that information on some new technology, because there's so many out there. And I'm going to share one with you soon, because I heard Google was here just recently. And I'm like, I got some new technology to share with you. And please forgive me, because I know I am running late. But I'm going to try and, can you bear with me for 5 more minutes? I love you guys. Thank you. Because I want to share with you, when I talk to you about partners and your competitors, Harley-Davidson came to us at Disney and they said, listen, we have a big problem. We have a dying customer. Now, they didn't probably put that in the words, but what they're saying is that their customer base is 45 and older. And they said the average buyer is in their late 50s, going in the 60s. They said, we're in trouble. And Disney's like, okay, what do you want us to do? They're like, no, you don't understand. You're catching your customers at this age. Yes, we are. As soon as they come out the womb, we are ready with the Disney Pampers, right? The little nooks that have got Disney on them. We are already trying to capture your baby as loyal guests. Yes, we are. And so people are like, well, okay, how can we get these kids We'd like to partner with you. And so Disney said, oh, this is easy for us. You want to capture kids? Kids is our business. Cool thing about kids, we know that if you have happy children, you have happy parents. Hope you're thinking about this in law, how you can transfer this to your business. Harley Davidson did it, partnership down at Disney Springs in downtown Disney. They took, so that beautiful little princess now that's at Disney Springs has the pleasure of riding a Harley Davidson. Now, of course, there's no motor on it, right? They're not like physically gonna ride, but they have the pleasure of taking pictures, and now this little girl, she's like, oh my God, I want a motorcycle. And they have motorcycles that she can, cute little motorcycles that she can buy. But the cool thing is, it took less than 2 years for Harley Davidsons to start seeing the numbers of younger people buying their motorcycles and little girls asking, I want a motorcycle as soon as I can drive. That's exciting. And so think about those competitors you have, those partners that you have, creating those referrals to be able to create a win-win situation. I want to quickly share a technology for you, and here's why it's important to change, right? Because not changing, I am confident you can recognize some of the companies that are no longer with us. I'm not going to call out any names, but at least I'll highlight two that did it right because they came on at the right time. Airbnb and Uber. They came out at the right time, and they're still soaring and doing well, right? There's some other businesses that, I don't know, y'all remember I love Blockbuster. I thought that was the coolest thing. But they held on too long like some other companies. You hold on too long and you're not constantly changing, you will get beat by your competition. So talk about change. Have you guys seen this? I love it. It's becoming very popular in the United States. A lot of my doctors, my hoteliers are using this already. It's called Google Zappy. Look it up. I'm not sure if it's made its way to Brazil yet or not, but what it gives you is immediate Google reviews. So my doctors love it, and here's why. They have their patients come in, all they got to do is tap on their phone, boom, it goes straight to the Google review, and they write it right there on the spot. Love it. And it increases, so where they do it increases where they are. So for example, if you're looking for, let's say, a dentist in Delray Beach, now all of a sudden that dentist is beating the other ones in the area. They get another review, and they're going up. So think about these Google reviews, because even with the marketing that you have, this is an added benefit to you. There's lots of cool technology. This is one of the easy ones, I thought, for me. You've seen the robots. This is a bank that's using the robots to do the check-ins, which is kind of standard. Dooley, the Pizza Hut's using this to bring out the pizza, so the servers have more free hands. And then what I love is Disney also has to constantly evolve. And so if you know Disney, anytime you go at nighttime, they have what it's called a kiss goodnight. Everything is done strategically. There's a reason why they have a closing show at the end of the night. It keeps you there all day long. It's actually brilliant. They have fireworks, laser lights, music, da-da-da. But now they have a new show. It is amazing, and it's using brand new technology, and I had never seen it before. They just released it back in August, and here is the cool thing. It is free. Now, I don't know about you. You know you're going to pay at least $20 to get an ice cream, but this is free. Free. At downtown Disney Springs, it is a beautiful show. It starts at sunset, and it's called Dreams That Soar. And it's utilizing, because when you look at it, you almost think that it's fireworks, but it's not. It's drones. And how they can create the movement is incredible in the sky. So they're doing some really cool things. Look it up on the internet, Dreams That Soar. Then come visit me in Florida and see this show for free. It is spectacular. New technology, innovation, it's all extremely important, but establishing your culture by design, not by default, because a culture will automatically happen if you as great leaders don't design it, right? Prepare yourself, hire the right from the very beginnings, hire slow, fire fast, create that culture by design, build lasting relationships that last a lifetime. And then just one final point that I want to let you know. And if you have time, I'll show you this quick video. I don't know if you need to see it. You probably have seen it already. But what it does is it shows you that there's high tech and then there is high touch. And you want to have both, but high touch should always supersede. And the reason why is one, I told you about the emotion, but has any of you visited it's called the Henna Hotel in Tokyo Disney? Not Tokyo Disney, just Tokyo, Japan. The Henna Hotel is a fully automated, run by all electronic robots, not one human being at this hotel. And what did the reporter that was visiting from the UK of Motherboard say? He's like, I miss the human interaction. Don't underestimate that high level of touch. Let's see if I can show you.
Disney Parks, this is Anne. How can I help you?
Hi, I'm planning a Disney World trip for our family.
There are 5 of us.
We were hoping to stay near the Magic Kingdom.
Well, Disney's Grand Floridian Resort and Spa is close by. Just a monorail ride away. You know what? Hang on. I've got an idea. So, where were we? What do you think of that resort option?
It's great.
Are we celebrating anything special?
Well, it's our first time there.
Oh, wonderful. How about dinner? We have restaurants where you can see the fireworks right from your table.
When you're planning your perfect vacation, call Walt Disney World Resort. It's like we're magically right there with you.
What's this memory maker? That looks interesting.
Oh, it's great. Disney PhotoPass photographers take all your photos. That way, everyone can be in the pictures.
And this all sounds perfect.
Let us know if we can help with anything else.
Speak to your Disney Vacation Advisor today. Call 407-WDisney.
Now, I'm sure a lot of you have seen this commercial, and I wanted to show it to you so that you understand the importance of touching people at that emotional level. There's high tech and high touch. The guest, Disney gets thousands and thousands of letters every single day about their cast members, not about their amazing rides and attractions. Sometimes people will say, oh yeah, Star Wars is really cool, but the majority of the letters, over 90% of them, are about the cast. That human touch is huge. Always utilize innovation, technology, creativity. It is extremely important. I'm not saying not. What I am saying is don't miss the human touch and the ability to capture emotion. That's what it takes to be a great leader, and that's why I'm so excited about you all. You know, Disney, as you know, even at a young age, he was always looking at bringing people together in this caring, collaborative culture and saying, how can we make it better? What can we do to wow our audience? And literally, it just starts with people like you. It starts with great leaders. Thank you so much.